Pain is a lesson best learned early, at conscripts from the local to bolster the front line, because why waste your elite on the vanguard? Then I'd leave any misplaced edicts back in the Northern Empire. They're not helping Kairos' campaign anyway, so fuck them. You take away everything that makes them... No, hold on. Excellent. You would make them more like the Scarlet Chorus. Would that be so wrong? The Chorus is accountable for itself in ways that the disfavored aren't. Our weak die, and the strong fight to keep their rank. Again, not wrong. The disfavored promote their waning bloodline and discipline any soldiers with the audacity to show their teeth. Though they never admit it, the disfavored need the Chorus to show them the way. Who would you see take Ash's place? I would rather let the disfavored sort it out amongst themselves. Graven Ash is this aging figurehead of what should be a constantly changing role. The right soldier needs to grow a pair and kill the old man, kick his cane out from under him, remind the Legion what strength looks like. The Voices of Nerat changes. He's a multifaceted gem, and the Scarlet Chorus is a reflection of that beauty. If someone could rise up and strike down the Voices, any of us would follow them in a heartbeat. Back to my question about the disfavored. Do you think the disfavored have a chance to succeed in the tiers? Speaking as one of the exceptions, most of the tiersmen are pushovers. The people of Stalwart seem capable enough, though I have my doubts. You might call them the disfavored's best challenge. Even if they succeed, it might be too late to redeem themselves. The Chorus have already impacted the conquest more than the disfavored have, or likely ever will. What are your thoughts on their battle strategy? They really got something with that phalanx maneuver. A formation built on holding still, moving forward slowly and hoping that no one slips in the mud. At best, the disfavored are tired of using the same tactics over and over. At worst, the enemy knows what to expect out of them. He's not wrong. She's not wrong again. Like, it's pretty true. Although, that strategy has been proven successful with the Romans, and also with the way Alexander fought certain battles. He always used the same strategy, and he always won. Like, he used the exact same strategy every single time, and he won. Scarlet Furies are dancers. We hear the music of battle and organize ourselves into works of killing art. Every fight is as hot and passionate as the last, with no room for still routine. What do you think of those who defy Kairos' authority? The tiersmen can either fight or submit to Kairos' peace, and only one of those options captures my interest. I suppose I appreciate when they go down fighting. If they did otherwise, I would need to find another excuse to flay them. They need to understand whether we unify the tiers under a shared banner or at the bottom of a mass grave makes little difference to you, me, or Kairos. That's an interesting view of the conquest. It's a pragmatic one, anyway. The Scarlet Chorus caught on to the idea at the beginning of the campaign. If no one objects that we're here to carve a bloody path for gain and amusement, then by all accounts, that is our purpose. Besides, unification is such a vague concept that Kairos allows the disfavored and the Chorus to interpret it as they will. The Overlord is concerned with results. I'm happy to focus on the details, especially if that means cutting off a farmer's leg while his family watches their land burn. She smiles at a pleasing memory? What? Okay. Okay. No shame in taking pleasures in your work. No, there isn't. Faithbinder, I suspect that we're going to make something great together. A line of bodies stretching as far as the old walls is going to be beautiful. She looks at you with renewed interest. Did you fight any notable battles? I spent some time in Azure toward the end of the war. Beastmen ripped my unit apart. We thought they might be working under Cairn's order, but we never found out for sure. You learned a thing or two about fighting in the Scarlet Chorus. Care to duel? Oh, wait, what?
That would be an understatement, and I thought you'd never ask. Since you're obviously at a huge disadvantage, I'll let you pick our weapon of choice.
My first weapon is the bow. Let's do bows.
If you want to risk becoming a pincushion, it's your funeral. But you're right about one thing. This will be fun.
I gain 5 bow skill ranks. You take turns loosing blunted arrows, using each other as moving targets. Verse is an accomplished runner and swats the few projectiles that gets close out of the air. When her turn arrives, it takes all of your energy to keep up with a relentless volley of projectiles. You observe her technique and take a valuable lesson to heart.
You held your own. Call me impressed. Need anything else, or did I tire you out?
I want to ask you about our travels.
What did you have in mind?
What do you think of our present circumstances? Well, there's an edict hanging over our heads. As far as I'm concerned, the incompetence of the disfavored got us into this mess, and it will take the fury of the Scarlet Chorus to get us out of it. In other words, nothing ever changes. What do you think of our travel companions? Anyone in particular? What do you think of Lentry? I've been meaning to ask you about him. Lentry is talkative, reads when he isn't writing, and brings as much to the battlefield as a sick bird. As a sick bird! Okay. The warriors at your side shouldn't suffer from Elder's ache in their sword arm. You would be better served by putting him out of his misery. I like Lentry. Consider him as a... I'm gonna go with we need him. That's all you need to know. Understood. You got something in mind you're using him to accomplish? Then by all means, let him tag along, but don't expect me to keep him alive. If he's pulling his weight somehow, feel free to clue me in, because I'm not seeing it. Back to the previous questions. Go
ahead, Fatebinder.
We'll talk later. Whoa, that was a long conversation, but I'm glad we did it. Okay, so we have 7 days to complete as much of the quest as we can, I guess. Okay. It lagged for a second there, guys, because I quick saved the game. That's why it lagged. I mean, we're fully rested. What is this? Edict of Execution. Oh, it's like a debuff. Oh, but it gives me resolve. So it's a buff.
I got it.
Okay, interesting. Let's move up here. Okay, let's go. Alright, so we can go to the remote settlement. This village is far from the major settlements in the valley and has not involved itself in the conflict thus far. It may be possible to recruit some of the residents and add to the Scarlet Chorus's rank. Then there's here the Trip Nettle Wilderness. Trip Nettle earned its title from a preponderance of thick, stinging nettles. Though expanding settlers aggressively cleared the plant, the name persisted. Trip Nettle is but one of several expensive forests in the valley, easily capable of obscuring rebel movements and operations. You determined that the Vendrian Guard have operated in this area, making it a prime location to secure. Okay, so this is like the main quest. The Northern Clearing. Apex's forests give way to rockier terrain as one approaches the eastern mountains. This favorite Earthshaker is reportedly traveled to this location and may still be present. So this one and that one are like side quests. That one is like what we need to do. We'll do the side quest first. Let's go to the remote settlement. Yes. Your path is blocked by a small group of Vendrian Guard. You can go no farther until you deal with them. Shit. Well, we better not die. Also, guys, for those of you wondering, I'm playing on hard. So, I'm not playing on the hardest difficulty level like I usually do. We're only playing on hard.
That's far enough, Fatebinder.
A woman's voice booms from atop a nearby outcropping. Flashes of aquamarine body paint. Hold on. The body paint, braided adornment, and stylized staff mark this woman as a Tidecaster, one of the Southern Mage schools you encountered in 429 TR during the first campaign in Vendrian's Well. The School of Tides was once a powerful sect of mages with mastery over water and command the moon's arcane light. The majority of the elders of the school fled in 426, fearing Kairos' coming conquest. One of the few that remained, nearly all were slain or imprisoned by the voices of Nerat. Peek out from under her loose-fitting traveler garb, and her outfit is festooned in braids and knots of sailor line. Flanked on either side by warriors dressed in Vendrian Guard regalia, the woman leans on an elaborate bladed staff pulsing with arcane energy. A swat of blue fabric rests draped over her arm. What is this? The blue flag is a symbol of diplomacy and truce, recognized across most of the known world, and it is a custom the Tearsmen hold dear. To harm another person under the auspices of a blue flag is a grave offense in both the Tears and in Kairos Empire. The customary punishment is death. Whoa. Okay, so she comes in peace.
Tunon sends us the Queenslayer. The old judge has a sense of humor, I'll give him that. Did the voices of Nurat send you to gather my head and complete his collection? If so, we'll have to save our tussle for another time. Today I have business. Vengeance can wait.
Hold on. You recognize this woman as Tidecaster Ebb, whom you met along with the other Tidecasters in the year 429 TR during the first campaign. Meeting under a blue flag, you spoke primarily with the elders of the School of Tides to negotiate their surrender to Kairos. Several of their masters were moved by your words and surrendered, but many left the meeting unwilling to bend. Ebb was among them. So I did... Oh, that's right. I respected the blue flag the first time around. So, okay.
In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I offer and request a delay of blade. There are matters we must discuss without fear of reprisal.
I'm going to respect it again. I respected it once. So, we're going to respect it. In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I abide by this truce.
As is our custom, we are ready to kill to defend our lands, but we kill only in fair battle. We don't slay our prisoners. We know this isn't Kairos' way, but we must have hope. A few of my kin have gone missing, and though they may have perished, I have to inquire on the off chance they still live. If Captain Tarkus Deimos still lives, we would negotiate for his release.
One of the leaders of the attack on Edgering Ruins, Tarkus Deimos, was subdued during the battle. In accordance with the Scarlet Chorus's request, you ordered Deimos conscripted into the chorus. Oh, that's right. I did that. Assuming he's our prisoner, what would you offer in exchange?
We would offer you 5 choirmen that got lost on patrol. They're healthy. Got other limbs, too.
Tarkus Deimos is with the chorus now.
Then if we see him again, it will have to be as enemies.
I get the achievement called Tyrant. Reach maximum fear with a companion. Oh, her! She can be a companion? Whoa, that was quick. I went to maximum fear, like, really quickly. Hey, Myro never sleeps. Or Miro. Is it Miro or Myro? How you doing? Okay, she looks to the warriors to either side of her, shaking her head.
If I may make one more inquiry. What of Palox Tyrell? Did he survive?
Though you rarely have the luxury of matching names to the countless Tearsmen you've encountered, you are reasonably certain she is asking about the Vendrian Guard warrior that took Drastus hostage at Edgering Ruin. He did not survive the encounter. Oh, that's right, I killed him! I can lie. I'm going to tell her the truth. Palox Tyrell is dead. She nods slowly, saying nothing for a long moment.
My apologies, Fatebinder. I had a terrible feeling this errand was in vain from the start. I had no expectations that our friends could be saved, as I'm sure the time for swapping prisoners is long gone. But at least I know of what became of them. That'll have to be enough.
I have some questions for you. Wait, hold on. No. Bow deeply. Sorry you did not find what you were seeking.
Then all that remains is for me to thank you for hearing me out. In accordance with our ancient customs north and south, let us part with peaceful accord.
She bows curtly, never letting her eyes leave yours, before turning to leave. A moment later, the bodyguards turn to follow. Received a missive from Tunon. Uh-oh. Hold on, a missive? Where's my missive thing? Oh, there it is. The Will of Kairos. Oh, I can even have stats with. Whoa. Okay. So Shino 7. Word has reached this court that you have issued the Overlord's edict to the Archons of War and Secrets. Know that we understand fully the weight of this burden and appreciate the loyalty you show in its declaration. Provided you survive this span, your service will be duly recognized. As you navigate the idiosyncrasies and mutual antipathy of our Overlord's War Masters, remember that Kairos watches all with interest. Those who distinguish themselves, whether Fatebinder or Archon, have the opportunity to rise in the Overlord's esteem. Even now, the Northern Court whisper that the more successful of the two Archons will be granted rule over the whole of the peninsula. Similarly, your fortunes rest upon the decision you make. Choose wisely. Tune on the Abjugator, Archon of Justice. Thank him for the advice. Archon Tune On. Allow me to express my deep appreciations for this opportunity. Few in the Empire have the honor of treating with Archons, and fewer still of reading the empowered words of the Overlord. I endeavor always to emulate your exemplary foresight and judgment. I remain in all things your faithful servant. And then me. Haha! Send it. It's in transit. What's that achievement? Correspondence course. Okay, that's cool. Wait, can I just... Is this map just like... There's gonna be nothing here? Other than like the discussion we just had? It's probably it, right? I'm doing great, Myra. I'm doing super good. We just finished Far Cry 5. Enjoying myself in this fantastic game that is Tyranny so far. It's been great. And I'm excited for once Tyranny is done. Because once Tyranny is done, we're moving on to Shadow of the Colossus. And I'm very, very excited for that game as well. There we go. Let's go to the remote settlement for good this time. Oh, another encounter. Good lord. Encounter in Venerian's Well. As you make your way along one of the wide dirt roads that winds through the forests of Old Apex, the mountains loom above you on every side, and only the mountain spire, jutting skyward from the center of the Broken Realm, provides a consistent landmark by which to navigate. Cresting a hill, you make out a flash of light on bronze through the trees, accompanied by the movement of several individuals. That much bronze, you realize, must indicate a group of Oathbreakers, and they seem to be just around the next bend in the road. Approach quietly, attempt subterfuge. Approach openly, avoid them. Oh, we're going to approach quietly. Keeping low and using the thick foliage as cover, you move carefully through the underbush, marking the concave bend in the road. The far side of the band slowly resolves in your view, revealing not one patrol of warriors but two. Continue. Apex heraldry in heavy bronze scale marks the first group as members of the Venerian Guard. The other warriors, however, wear rings of bronze set in heavy cured leather, a sigil on their tabard styled in the likeness of the Bane. You've heard that a group of brutal mercenaries out of Avon adopt similar heraldry. Spy on them. Because that's my way, I spy. Moving with extreme care, you close to within listening distance of the two groups. As you eavesdrops on them, it becomes immediately clear that the Venerian Guard hope to recruit the mercenaries, explaining to them in no uncertain terms that if the citadel of Venerian falls, Kairos' edict will slay every Tearsman confined within the valley. Such is the way of the Overlord. The Oathbreaker tells the mercenary, his troops die, or we all die. There's no middle road, no parley, and no quarter. I'm gonna expose a lie. I'm not gonna come out like, hey man, what's up? You step forward, revealing yourself from the bush, sending the Tearsmen scrambling to ready a bristling bronze wall of spears, swords, and shields. You point at the guardsman, calling out a self-serving lie. The mercenaries have little to gain from working with the Venerian Guard and everything to lose. The Edict of Execution shall slay those in the valley only if the citadel does not fall to Kairos' force. You should know, you tell them, the edict was issued by your lips. Even as the Venerian guardsmen howl for your head and advance on you with weapons drawn, the mercenaries holster their arms and withdraw into the woods. Oh, it's a fight! Oh shit. At least they didn't get to, like, get reinforcements and stuff, but oh my god, they're numerous. Come and finish it, Norton Lapdog. Uh-oh. Okay. Wait, hold on. Honor Guard. Outrunner. Honor Guard. Archer. Sun Soldier. Bruiser. There are a lot of people there. A lot of people.
To battle!
Hold on. So I'm fighting in melee, apparently. Even though I prefer not to. Flurry of blows, maybe? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do this one first. Launch a burning arrow that sets foes on fire. Nah. Not yet. Whoa, he's already getting attacked from there. Shit! Bro, are you okay? You good?
If I had kids, they'd be feeling that one.
I don't see how we can win this. Good to see you having fun. I recently finished this game. Was one hell of an experience. So many options you can choose, so much depth in the story. By the way, why don't you have Barrick in your party? I thought that by that moment you should have gotten him. I don't even know who Barrick is. So, no. I don't have him. I don't know who that is. At least I don't think I do. Who's Barrick? Yeah, we can't survive this. There's no way. Like, I don't think it's possible to survive this. Strange, he's one of the companions you can get in your party. He's a disfavored warrior, a huge guy in plate armor. Nah, I don't have him. I don't think I've even met him. Yeah, I assume as much. And hey, Charlie, what's up? How you doing? I assume as much. Like a tank right now would be super helpful, considering I'm not tanky at all myself. But I for some reason, I don't have him. If we don't make it out alive of this, we'll definitely go back and try to find him. I did. I started with that camp first. I talked with everybody. At least I think I did. I mean, I know I visited the camp. I'm pretty sure I talked with everybody, but I might have missed somebody, clearly, because I don't have him in my group. But I did to that camp. I went to that camp, for sure. You get him when you accept the disfavored main quests. The disfavored main quest. Because when I talked with the two leaders, right, they were at the disfavored camp, like the Archon and everything else, and they told me like, oh well, you need to go talk to that person. So I went to talk to that person, and they told me, well, whenever you're ready to go, you need to talk to Fifth High in the Chorus's camp. So I went to the Chorus's camp, and that's where I got the healer. But I never got the chance to get anybody named Barrick. Good night, Danny. Oh boy. Oh yeah, you dead. There's no way you're not dead. As for me,
I got it.
You have to make this happen. Clearly, yeah. For sure we all die. There's no way we don't.
Close.
You know what? Yeah, that's a bad idea. But here? Oh, it's this conversation again.
That's far enough, Fatebinder. Tunon sends us the queen. Did the voice in accordance with ancient custom, as is our custom. A few of my kin have gone missing, and then if we see him, if I may make one more inquiry. What? My apology. I had no expectations that our friend. Then all that remains.
I just retook all the options we took the first time. So this is the world for me right now. I've been to those two camps, and I'm heading that way to the remote settlement. I haven't been to anything else, any other place yet. So you would be here in this favorite camp, is what you're saying. Three hours. I think I better like walk back here than go like that. Because from here we can just go back up there. Oh, it's the same encounter? Ah, rude. Approach quietly. Yeah, blah blah blah. Spy on him. Sneak away. Like a shadow, you slip away unobserved. You make your way through the forest, quietly pushing through the brush and routing around the occupied band. The shadow of the tearsman fades into the distance, and after about an hour of travel, you return to the dusty road. You wipe the sweat from your brow and continue towards your destination. So he's a tanky dude. I'm surprised I've not seen him. I don't know why. I must have seen him and not talked to him for some reason. Like I forgot to talk to him or something. Oh, there he is. Oh yeah, I've talked with him. I think. Oh no, you know what? I talked with Iron Marshal Arenios. I don't think I've talked to Barak. You can't make out the ironclad soldier's expression under his twisted helmet. He merely stares at you. Don't just coddle the impact. Push back with your shield. Take the momentum. Iron Marshal Arenios, field commander of the disfavored, pounds her fist in the air as she calls out to the warrior on the training field. I said, eyes on your opponent, waistline. If you spend more than a glance checking his footwork, you've lost. The disfavored officer turns to you, adjusting her pale golden surcoat. Judging from her uniform, this is the Iron Marshal Arenios, first among equals in the Iron Guard. Graven Ash's inner circle of trusted followers, charged with being the duties of leadership, logistics, and training. There is rarely a quiet day for the second in command of the disfavored legion. As she clears her throat, need to stay on top of the troops or their skills will rust. It's for their own good, even if they don't believe it. It was mentioned you were short on warriors and need help. What's the situation? I have brigade amassing along Placid, Echo Call, and Little Tooth crossings. The Vendrian Guard may be able to hold one bridge, but they cannot hold against a concerted three-pronged attack. I have no right to give you orders, but... Her words falter, a short cough breaking her flow. but we will all die to Kairos' edict should we fail. So I'm not about to let my pride blind me to the value of good help.